break.
Hi, welcome back. So before we move on to a different topic, we just wanted to talk about Gabe just one more time.
And I feel like we didn't mention this in this episode. We actually, but on the little break that we do in between filming these, I remember this vividly.
The little origin.
One of the best memories I have is.
Okay, well, do you want to wait to the 1 minute mark because it's going to be so much better
that
uncensored.
is true. So, Gabe,
I hope orgy's fine.
Or orgies should be fine.
Right. Okay. Good.
I actually better focus for a second because I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Oh yeah.
Just heal. Can you heal?
That one's fine.
Yes, that one's fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
I just can't. Yeah, well, Cloud's already dead.
Well, can Barrett heal Cloud?
I can revive him. I just don't know if it's worth it to revive him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I might just cut my losses, just die, and just try to figure out stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to keep it going. Oh, but you know what? If I use a Phoenix down on him, where is he? Then I can use the summon.
No.
Insufficient ATB or whatever that's called. Okay, I think it's been more than a minute.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So we mentioned last time that Gabe was an asshole, and he said super.
I just
God damn it!
Okay, no, listen.
We gotta preface this.
Yeah, I just want to clarify real quick that
we love Gabe.
It may seem like that we're bullying him.
Gabe, if you're listening, big fan.
Yeah,
I want him on this. I want him to guest.
I want to do a podcast with him.
Because that's the thing. This was common knowledge at this point, and he fully embraced
the fact that he was a
persona,
penis,
and he knew this, and he said I don't give a shit basically to him.
Basically,
he was like, I'm gonna tell you guys shitty things no matter what.
Well, and that's the thing is that if it was bullying, then we would single him out all the time. But the thing is, we tried to our very best to be kind to him because we knew that he was a weirder kid and all this stuff.
We don't want to fucking, I full blown included. That was the whole point of him being in our group, because I went up to him, I was like, hey man, you want to join us? You want, and I told him, I was like, Gabe's funny. And,
he was for
20-minute increments.
Yeah, for a little bit. And, I thought he was funny every day, but it was frustratingly funny. It was, funny that this was fucking happening to us. But it was absurd that someone could just be this penis-y.
Yeah, and the thing is, it was common knowledge within the class too. Even the fucking
that's
teacher.
Why the teacher
the teacher knew it. Teacher knew that he was full of bullshit. With all of his embellishing and
he kept
just horse shit.
Yeah, just kept fucking roasting us all the time for shit that it was his fault. Anyway.
Yeah, even we mentioned before. We mentioned in the last episode. Any time that Kayden and I would miss in bowling, it was always you'll get it next time, man. He did it to Kyle too, who never lost to Gabe.
Never.
I would never bring myself. I have that comeback mechanic in my mind where I'm like, oh fuck, I really gotta try, and then
dig deep.
Yeah, and I didn't win by much the day he was doing well, because that was the day he beat both. That you both lost to him.
Creamed us.
Yeah,
fucking pissed me off. Which leads perfectly.
Into.
And by the way, I don't remember this happening. I was so blind fury, but these two apparently clearly remember it happening.
So I couldn't forget it. It's burned into my goddamn memory.
It's such a vivid memory for me.
It was both the first time me and Kayden just had a moment where we both knew what each other was thinking. We looked at each other and we were like, Gabe's gonna fucking die. And he's about to say goodbye to the remnants of his Gabe body. He's not gonna see the day, the end of the day. He's not gonna see the sun up in the morning.
Abrin would miss a shot. Yeah. And Gabe would do his thing hey, you'll get it next time. And one day, I think Abrin just heard that a bit too much. And he comes up inches.
Well, it had been building for a while. There was comments. There was fuck you, Gabe. This isn't
Abrin
fucking suck, Gabe. And
Gabe said one thing to Abrin, and Abrin flew off the handle. This is multiple bullying experiences.
Yes.
Many
a day, many a week, many a month.
Too many
building
days
up.
with Gabe. Yeah. And Abrin walks up, and fury. is the only way to put it.
And it's right after Gabe did what he always
did his
does,
penisy thing.
where he goes, "Oh, that's all right, Abrin. You'll get it next time, man. You just gotta try a little harder."
Yeah, and Abrin walks up and goes, "I will fuck you with my finger." Inches with the fist. And me and Kyle in bowling out.
I was like, oh,
bowling alleys, they have like the chairs around
Yeah,
where
like
you're
that
bowling.
bench.
And me and Kyle were on that bench, and we just kind of looked at each other like, "Oh God, Gabe's gonna die."
I was scared shitless for Gabe's life. I was like, I've never seen someone this close to fucking, the end of his existence. Like, he's about to be incapable of intimacy. He's about to be incapable of rational thought after this day, because he's gonna get fucked in, the ass. It's like,
with apparently my middle finger.
Apparently. But we don't blame Abrin either, because we were like, no,
Gabe was being an asshole.
Penis-y.
Yeah, but...
And the thing is, apparently, according to them, I was just so blind fury. Apparently, according to them, I was just... Like, he was doing his Gabe smile the entire time. Like, not believing it.
He was so proud of what he said.
World.
That's the thing. Like, we'd say shit to him, and it didn't
process.
register.
No, it didn't never register.
He didn't give a shit about what we said.
No,
He
never.
just said what he wanted and refused to listen to us when we would try to be nice. And then we stopped being nice because we were like, fuck you, Gabe. You're just going to be penisy to us.
Mm-hmm.
You have no respect for people.
Yeah.
Even the kids, even our good friend, I can't say his name, but he was the nicest kid at that school.
Oh, absolutely.
And he was so nice to Gabe, and Gabe still was penisy to him.
Yeah.
I was like, leave him the fuck alone, Gabe. No one was asking for your penisy comments.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
But anyway.
Yeah, but... And then you mentioned seminary, because after I had graduated high school...
Oh yeah, so Abrin graduated...
Yeah, I graduated a semester early from high school because I was just done with school.
So did Kayden.
Yeah, so did Kayden.
Yeah, but I still had a year.
Kayden was just a year below us.
he was a year below us.
Yeah, I'm a year younger than Abrin and Kyle.
Yeah.
Not exactly a year, but basically
Close.
a year.
Like a school year.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more than a year younger than me. And a neighbor.
Yeah. Is it
But, oh yeah.
more than a year?
Oh yeah, you're March, right?
Yeah.
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 And Abrin's December. He's
December.
older than me.
Oh, damn. Yeah, so. Wasn't it?
You were mentioning seminary?
But yeah, I didn't want to be in school either. But another thing we started talking about in the break was me and Kyle's seminary experience.
Seminary, by the way, is a church school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
and the thing is, yeah,
a
I was
way to
gonna
have
say,
more church during the week.
yeah, and the thing is, in Utah, because if you're outside of Utah, then you have to take early morning seminary.
Oh,
like
I'm so sorry for all of you.
5:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
Because
misery.
because school doesn't allow it.
Sunday
But because
school.
we're in Utah, and the church runs everything.
Yeah. Oh, we had prayers and shit in class. It was absurd.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that
The church.
Just
we
fully
actually
illegal.
well no it's not even that, but like we had to also take a credit off of our schedules because
Oh,
it
yeah.
didn't count as like actual school credit.
No,
Because of course not.
Because that's fucking illegal. For it to be like, oh, well, you're learning about
Religion.
yeah, and they're like, well, this counts, and it's not even like we were learning. We really just it was like church, which isn't learning. It's just people sharing how they feel about something.
Yeah.
Like it's just them sharing their personal belief in it. And it's like, I know that you also think it's true. I know it, because you have to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for all the poor people who had to do early morning seminary outside of Utah because they always had teachers. They were all taught by people who were called to do it, which means that
they
those
didn't
teachers
want to do it.
Yeah, it was
Because seminary teacher is like actually a job that you can apply for in the state of Utah.
Here the school here, BYU, they like full on teach how to be a seminary teacher.
Yeah.
And that's where all the seminary teachers
Come from.
Yeah, it's because there's nowhere else to have it as a job. So for us, we usually had at least decent people.
We had decent people. Like again,
all the teachers were great people.
I'm not gonna deny.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
No.
No. Can we say his last name?
No. Not
No.
if we're doing no.
No. All right.
I'll call him. Let's call him Franklin.
Oh no! You know what I'll call him? I'll call him Vince McMahon because that's exactly what he looks like.
Oh, he does look like Vince McMahon. Absolutely.
You ever seen WWE? He looks like Vince McMahon, CEO and owner of WWE Wrestling. Nice gobble turkey neck on the man. Waddles like a fucking. And he wouldn't let the goddamn 80s go. He wouldn't let the 80s go. He insisted on watching all those shitty 80s Mormon videos where they pretend like sin is this.
Did I ever tell you that I walked out of Vince McMahon's class?
No.
No, I'm not even joking. I hated that class so much.
I think you mentioned this a long time ago.
No, I did. I was so pissed off with his class that I walked out.
Oh,
I walked out and actually walked the fuck home.
Oh, really?
Because I was so pissed off, and I said to my mom, I'm like, I'm never going back to Vince McMahon. Yeah, I'm never going back to Vince McMahon's class again.
Oh, my poor sister had him for her first year of seminary.
Oh,
so
God
her
bless
intro
her.
to seminary was just asshole.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Well, and
was
then
so
he was the
miserable.
kind of seminary teacher, like super dad joke. Like he would post a religious dad joke on the board every single day.
Oh yeah, and he was.
He's just like, what did the Mormon father say to his son who he wanted to get out of the house? Get a Job.
Oh,
Like shit like that.
get a fuck
Yeah,
me.
shit like that.
Vince.
Yeah,
You
Vince.
can do better than that.
My
Vince.
Lord.
God, fuck Vince. I just can't. I hate him. He makes me angry. He ruined seminary for so many people. Which,
Oh, he did for me.
Yeah.
I never went back.
Oh, he certainly ruined it for me. I mean, I already was not a fan, but I did early morning even when you didn't have to.
Yeah, that was
back
an option.
when. Yeah, that was back when I did like 9 credits.
Like extracurricular.
Yeah, I had I had early morning and after school stuff. But yeah, seminary, because Kayden and I had seminary together the last year, senior year. And at that point, we like went half the time, and we even like brought maybe half. It was so hard. It was kind of just like.
Well, and sometimes I would be there because I wanted to.
Oh,
like
right.
I had actually said to the principal of the seminary school, I said to them like, put me in a class with Kyle and Kayden because that's the only way I'm coming.
Right. And that was the only reason Kayden went was because the hottest girl in his grade was in that class.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Or at least, according to him, in my opinion, she was second hottest, but whatever.
I think there's a very strong case for the second one, but my personal...
Kayden likes blondes.
Yeah.
Like a little boring-ass simpy boy.
My bad.
No offense to all the blondes out there. I
Yeah.
mean, blondes are good-looking, don't get me wrong.
My girlfriend.
Yeah,
Is she blonde?
She's like she's like kind of no, she's blonde.
Oh, I mean, there's hot blondes. Don't get me wrong. It's just that Kayden's only into blondes, which is boring.
I think it's
I
awesome.
used to have a type.
Really?
I used to have brunette. Like that was my type.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't have a type either. Really, it's just kind of like, I think, but that's what I'm saying. It's just to me, it's like types are boring. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's me. And
no, yeah. I used to have a type, and then I met my current girlfriend, and I'm like.
But
types are for simps.
But Kayden, you would date a hot brunette.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd date anyone.
Kayden's not really dated a lot. We'll put that.
Anyway, we're talking about seminary.
Anyway, yeah. No, let's not get off
So
on-
Kayden.
Kayden can share his own.
His own
whatever.
personal seminary experience that we were talking about off camera for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for seminary. I wanted to leave. There was one specific time where I went to the teacher. I'm like, look, I do not want to be in this class. I'm going to leave my phone here so I still come back. So I'm still technically in the class. But me and Kyle are going to go get food. We're going to bring back food for everybody here. But we're not going to be back for a while. And she was like, oh, okay. And we didn't come back. We were there for the last third class. And I bought 3 pizzas for the entire class because I just didn't want to be in class that bad. And it wasn't like I couldn't ditch anymore. That was the thing. Is like because you have to have a certain attendance
Yeah, in
to
order
graduate.
yeah.
And I was still trying to graduate for some reason. I ended up ditching that next semester. I did not graduate.
I
from
did.
seminary.
I had to.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two didn't, but I wouldn't have if I didn't have to.
And the thing is, I was never really chastised either. I think
no.
I think at that point they kind of knew. They're just like he's graduated. He's not getting up at noon.
Oh yeah, no.
Like to come for 90 minutes every day. Like there's no way.
Right.
Like there was no way at that point that I was doing that.
Oh, Kayden? Do you want to tell the lovely story about how you almost got a good date, or not a date, but we had a good, almost great experience with this girl.
Oh, like
And
I
then it
remember that
kinda
he was
went
like
to
a
the
goddamn
shitter.
savage with this woman because he just said the best things.
Well, there was just that one time.
There's a lot of times you're like, I'm not
when
exactly
we were gonna
a
get
well-
food,
Yeah.
and I was like, she was like, "What are you guys gonna do?" And I was gonna not tell her what you.
I said
wanted
we
to
were
do.
gonna go to Burger King to get the nuggets because the nuggets were only $1.69. Not thinking
the
about
last
anything.
thing you want to tell a girl who wants to.
I'm going to Burger King.
Yeah, one of my favorite places in the world, Burger King.
And she immediately was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm good." And
It's
I
like-
was like, "Yeah, of course she's fucking good because no one wants to eat a goddamn." I didn't want to eat a goddamn Burger King when Kayden told me. He was like,
I was
"Well,
just
let's go
hungry.
to."
I
You had
wanted
to
cheap
convince
stuff.
me. I was like, "You're not gonna convince her. Why are you even bringing that shit up?" I was just gonna say, "Yeah, we're gonna go hang out, and maybe get some food." Praying to God Kayden didn't drive to Burger King. But instead, he just out and fucking said it as though that's what we did every goddamn seminary.
It's just your hangout spot at Burger King.
I was like, fuck, and now whatever, but I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Come on.
Yeah,
It was funny,
I'm
though.
not exactly the most well-spoken human being in the world. I don't think about what I say a lot, and it gets me into trouble.
Well, it's a good thing you're on YouTube because that's
Yeah,
the
I
place
know.
to be for that. It's a good thing that we stream also. That
Luckily,
I was gonna say, if you enjoy this YouTube channel, go to Twitch, and we will stream.
follow us at Buhdder Chikken.
Yeah, follow us at Buhdder_Chikken.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/Buhdder_Chikken. Spelled the same way as the channel, which I'm sure is gonna take years to really catch on as something that people will remember how to spell because it's not easy.
It's not easy, but
We apologize for that, but we have to stay loyal to who we are as people, and we refuse to spell shit like that correctly.
no, because we're like.
Well,
it's
because
like goddamn- it's like
I already
goddamn
have the
spelling during-
domain name for the normal spelling.
You do.
I already own that, which you could also subscribe to if you so desire. I
Yeah,
don't give a
Buhdder-
shit about that channel, but
Yeah, Buhdder Chicken Productions.
yeah, just normal spelling. Give my video the letter of view and tell me what you think. It's my first directing job, so tell me what you think. Hey, I thought it was pretty well directed.
Get Kyle a directing job.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't want to lead them
Did
in
you
that
do it, dude?
direction.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
Yeah, but you also mentioned like you poured garlic sauce on like the pizza. Because I have a story to share.
Oh my lord! So
You heard of diabetes?
Abrin has that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can give it to someone actually.
So
I paid $11.99 for Abrin to have diabetes.
yeah, what me and Kyle like
that
to
what
do
happened?
is that
Yeah, that was.
there's the stuff on the crazy bread.
Yeah, if you have had Little Caesars,
There's like that oil
Yeah.
and like the stuff they like sprinkle on it or something.
it's garlic.
It's crazy crust.
Yeah, whatever.
We get that on the pizzas. So we
You
get
can
like a
put it on the
pepperoni
whole
pizza.
thing.
Yeah,
Which I think there's no other way to have Little Caesars pizza. You need the crazy crust.
It
That
tastes-
wasn't
it
the
does
part.
taste
That
good.
wasn't the part that was artery stopping.
Right. So me
No.
and Kyle usually got a
It was the
pepperoni,
combo.
and there was one day where all three of us were hanging out.
And we were doing like a regular recording set. We were just playing video games.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, let's go get food. Let's go to Little Caesars and get a pizza. Now let's get all that garlicky shit on it. Right? Because it was good. And then, I don't know how we got it, but we got a 3-meat Little Caesars
3-meat
pizza
combo
with all the shit on it. Yeah. It was the greasiest thing.
Yeah, crazy crust,
I ever
3-meat
had.
pizza, garlic sauce, all over that shit.
When we pulled a piece from that, like when we pulled the first piece out of the box, it was like sopping wet underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
From how like greasy and oily it was. Like the bottom of the crust was sopping wet.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention all the shit on top of the pizza.
Yeah, it was bad.
And it definitely didn't ever get thrown away. We ate all of it.
Did you really?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely
all
did.
did.
Because I had a slice and felt.
Oh well, then we couldn't have given you diabetes. You had a slice.
I know, but it certainly didn't help because let me.
All right, well, that's
listen. I'm just gonna preface this. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the ripe old age of 19, which is not usual for type 1 diabetics. Usually that's diagnosed in fucking children at the age of 2 to 5.
Yeah.
That's completely just not normal. And so
Well, type 2 is the one you get.
Yeah, you have to earn that shit.
Hey, if you work hard enough,
I can get type 3.
You can get all
yeah,
three.
1 plus 2.
Yeah.
No, my pancreas is already dead. Like, that, I can't get type 2 either. That's not how science works. Thank you, God.
It's a damn shame, man.
Yeah, it's a damn shame.
In the Guinness book.
I was considering that we could call this channel 2 diabetics and 1 funny guy, but, you know.
There's only 1 diabetic.
I mean, I don't have diabetes, so...
Well, I meant... Kayden always mentioned is like, well, if I keep eating this pizza, then maybe...
Oh, yeah, if there's one person between me and Kyle who's most likely to get diabetes...
It's certainly not me.
It's definitely me. 100%. So, maybe one day if I get diabetes, then we can do that channel.
I have yet to surpass 140 pounds. I beg for the day I do that. It will happen one day.
One day.
Where I beat the 140 mark.
Well, maybe just
I've been
order
there
more of
since
that.
ninth grade.
Yeah, maybe order more of that pizza then.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but even then, my whatever metabolism just obliterates the shit out of that.
You would have to eat like absolute
horse shit. Yeah, horse shit.
I think I'd have a heart attack before I would grow.
Yeah,
maybe.
Like with fat. Like I literally, actually, the last time I had the crazy bread at Little Caesars, I literally felt my heart like kind of freak out, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not eating that shit. It was the garlic sauce in particular, the dipping shit that tastes like chemical.
Yes, because it's literally it's
not good.
It's goddamn artery stopping. Yes,
yeah. I'm not kidding.
I think it says it on the side. Artery clog.
Felt like my like all this part of my body kind of just like lose its shit.
Just the left side.
And I was
having a stroke.
I was like, yeah. I was like, fuck.
Okay, yeah, but let me just preface this. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes on Valentine's Day of 2019. Exactly Valentine's Day. Hooray for self-love. Anyway, in November of 2018, we decided to get this pizza, and I wasn't necessarily hungry, thank God, because I would have had more, but I was at least, I had symptoms of diabetes for several months before actually getting diagnosed, which means that in November I had
diabetes.
I had diabetes, but I didn't know about it. So I partook of probably one of the worst foods you could ever eat as a type 1 diabetic, because it's literally carbs, sugar, shit. Just a horrible
with shit painted on it.
Yeah, with shit painted on it, and just fat all over. And
I mean, it made me and Kayden sick too. Like
but I had one slice. I had one slice, and I was in a fucking tizzy for the rest of the goddamn night. Like, my head was spinning. I felt garlic being sweated out of my pores.
Oh yeah, the stench was already like the stench from that box alone was already just like
the stench is just pure oil.
Yeah. I that's the thing. Oil was just coming through my veins. I didn't know what was happening, and I felt goddamn terrible. And had it not been for the fact that it was my first time watching The Greatest Showman that night, and we just all making fun of it and laughing, I probably would have been dead on the couch, because I could not compute of how badly that pizza fucked me up. Goddamn, like, the pizza fucked me up badly. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I just thought, like, oh, this is just what pizza does to me now. Because I was like, oh, it's a 3-meat pizza. Like, I love 3-meat pizza. No. No. Like, so these fuckers gave me diabetes, or at least they... If my pancreas was already somewhat dying...
We killed it.
They killed it that night.
I mean... Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that and another story which Nah, I won't share it on this channel. I won't share it.
On the channel at all?
No, because
Do
like
we know the story?
Oh, you know the story. It's the other half of the pizza story of like, oh, you know, I don't have a, you know, 3-letter thing. I don't have an STD. I just have goddamn diabetes. I've told you that story before.
Oh, that. Yeah. I know that story.
Right.
If we get into those stories, that's going to be like multiple episodes of just stories.
Yeah. It's just because that one to me at least is a little more personal.
It's up to you.
Hey, get us.
If you think those are entertaining, I'll share mine for the fucking viewers.
Well, I think it's entertaining.
No, maybe not yet.
We're talking about all the people we murdered.
Yes.
Abrin
No,
murdered
I'm
one
just
person.
thinking.
Murdered
I'm
many.
just thinking about like, the people who watch this show, particularly just my little sister, and she would probably be looking at that and going like,
"Oh, and my
really?
sister?
Like you did that?" And I'm gonna be like, "I did, and it's because I was a pre-diabetic diabetic. Like I didn't know it was like pre-diagnosis. I didn't know, but I was
Right.
Yeah, because those last 2 months, man. Like, let me quickly just go over what I did those last 2 months, like in terms of what I ate, because I was still in my my second semester of college. This is what I ate every single day. I would drive to Maverick. I would buy 2 Rockstar energy drinks.
Right. You wouldn't drink them, of course, because that'd be awful for you.
Yeah, that would be goddamn awful.
You would have died. You could have died.
I know,
Yeah,
I could have
you
died.
could have had like diabetes.
Well, okay, let me just give a little crash course real quick with type 1 diabetes. Is that type 1 diabetes occurs when your pancreas just decides to shut off. And your pancreas produces the hormone insulin, which regulates all the sugar in your blood to regulate your food. And if you don't have that, then you're fucking screwed. And so that's essentially what diabetes is. And so while normal humans regulate at a blood sugar level of, 80 to 120, I was functioning at levels of 350 and above, which is goddamn ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, this was my college lifestyle. I woke up every morning feeling shitty and miserable, wanting to kill myself. I'm like, God, another awful goddamn day at school. What a beautiful travesty. And then I would drive down to Maverick, the gas station, and get a goddamn bundle, which was this garlic knot of sausage, egg, and cheese, which is, by the way, it's fucking delicious, but it's just all carbs and fat and shit. Right. And then I'd get 2 Rockstar energy drinks, and I'd drink one in my car. And then I'd go to my first class and feel miserable. I didn't know why. I felt miserable. And then I'd go to my second class and feel just dirt tired, because when you have high blood sugar, you're just dead tired all the time. And so I would just feel dead tired in my second class, so I got a Mountain Dew or a Pepsi and drank that in my second class, which was goddamn terrible for my blood.
Lord, how are you not dead?
I know. Well, it doesn't even. It doesn't even end there.
It blows my mind how long you went with diabetes, not knowing.
Well,
I mean, technically you went your whole life with it, but
no, not technically.
Oh, really?
No, it wouldn't have been technically, because there probably would have been a tipping point where my body decided to like shut down.
Oh.
But I think it progressively got worse.
Yeah.
I honestly think it started in like 2017.
Oh.
Like the end of 2017, like the entire year of 2018 was just one big fuck in the ass, one after another, because of like certain things that were happening, but also because I think my pancreas was just slowly starting to die.
Right.
And then you fuckers killed it with the pizza. But
look, I will neither, I will neither confirm or deny that we killed your pancreas, but I will say,
I mean, I didn't force you to eat a single slice. I'll say that much.
Well, I said, I'll try it.
Here's what I'll say.
You wanted the 3 meat. We wanted the garlic sauce.
Yeah.
If Abrin ate multiple slices of, if you had more than
if
one
anything,
slice,
we prevented you
that
from
would
eating
have
more.
I
because
think
we
you
ate the
might
rest.
have tipped that day.
I might have.
Or that week.
I might have.
least.
Well, no, I didn't even finish. Like this was what I had. So I went to my second class, had either a Pepsi or a Mountain Dew because I was dead tired. I would sometimes have a Mountain Dew like when I was like really tired. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I had a diet Pepsi. It would depend. It would depend on the day.
Yeah. That one probably helped you a little more.
Just a little bit. And then I would go to lunch because it was my lunch break.
Right.
and I would either have Subway, Cup Bop, or Panda Express, which are the 3 fucking worst things any diabetic fucker could ever have.
Well, Subway, it depends on what you got at Subway.
I got a spicy Italian.
Yeah.
Foot long.
Yep.
Bread?
Yeah.
You got bread.
White bread?
No.
The urban cheese.
Urban cheese.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, Italian urban cheese.
Well, you have to get the Italian urban
Yeah,
cheese.
you have to get the
Yeah,
Italian
of
urban
course.
cheese. Yeah, so just fucking.
Yeah,
also,
also,
diabetic,
if you
that
guys
would be-
don't, if anyone watching doesn't get the Italian urban cheese, get out.
Yeah, you're a sinner.
You're a sinner. Get out. Yep, that includes you.
Yeah,
Kayden.
yeah.
I know Kayden doesn't get it. He gets the whole wheat because he thinks it's healthy.
Nothing at Subway is healthy.
Yeah, not a single piece of Subway.
Jared did
No,
not
I
lose
agree.
all that weight from eating Subway. He did it by molesting children.
No, I agree.
That's episode.
Well, I want to just finish this
Oh,
quickly.
yeah,
just
finish
finish this quickly. So anyway, I would have either Subway Cup Up or Panda Express with another large cup of Pepsi or Diet Pepsi. I can't remember what it was, but sometimes I have a Pepsi and feel miserable and not know why. And then we would go into my next class, my final class of the day, feel completely miserable, and it was a movement class, which meant that like I couldn't do anything because my stomach hurt so bad and my head hurt so bad I couldn't do anything. And so I would just sit there and be like, hey, like I can't do this today. Not know why, just feel sad and like a miserable prick, and then go back to my car and drink the other Rockstar.
Damn.
So I don't know how I'm not dead, but also,
Yeah.
had I not been in 2 shows, like 2 musical theater shows at that time, I probably also would have died because I was dancing every single night. So there were a few things that like saved my ass, but I was like,
Well, I think
according
you would have
to
gotten sick enough that you need to go to the doctor before you died.
well, yeah,
Well, then you would've
parents,
figured it
my
out.
parents, I mean, because I was batshit insane. Like mentally, I was batshit insane. My parents were very close to admitting me to the hospital for just mental illness in general. But like my doctor even told me, she was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm glad you came in today because had you waited another month, you would have been dead."
Oh, yeah.
shit.
My cousin went into a coma.
Oh yeah, no, people go into comas all the time.
And they had no clue. Like, he was just sitting in class one day, and he felt really lightheaded, and he was in a coma for like a week.
A week?
That shit is so common. So I'm just fortunate that it never happened and that I was exercising. But like, there were so many symptoms. Like I was frustrated and angsty all the time. My depression and I was incredibly suicidal and stuff. Like, which is
It's
dark.
brutal,
and heavy.
man. It messes with everything.
It messes with everything, and I had no idea. But like, it messed with everything.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what was happening to me. And it just fucked with my system so much to the point, and then it just became. I also lost 40 pounds. I lost 40 pounds in 4 months, and I thought, hey, look at me, I'm down to 170. And then little did I know, like, that is a huge thing. And then I was also peeing like every hour, like every hour.
That's a big indicator.
Yeah, I was peeing every hour because at that point my blood sugar was like my body was just taking away the fat. They were taking away all of like the nutrients from my body because they were screaming inside of me like I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So I was peeing every hour, and I just thought my mentality was, well, I guess this is just a thing now
A
that
phase.
happens. Yeah, I guess this is just a thing
Puberty
that I
gets
do.
you
I
at
know.
a ripe old age of 18.
Yeah, like I guess this just happens now. Well, and then also during productions of the show that I was in the show with my mom, and one time I woke up and I thought that I just like slept on my hand wrong because my fingers were numb. And my fingers were just completely numb, and they didn't become like unnumb until I was like halfway through the show when my circulation actually started moving and going around. And so I just started like playing with my fingers and stuff, and my mom was so worried. She's like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh, it's fine. I just slept on my hand funny," and I kept making fun of it. I'm like, "Guys, I slept on my hand." Like my hand just is asleep. I don't know why my hand's asleep. Little did I know I had diabetes.
Yeah. You didn't have like vision problems though, did you?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah, that would have been sick.
Yeah, it would have been sick.
Fortunately,
Could have gotten away with a lot of shit.
No, fortunately, No, like it never attacked my eyes, which I was so surprised because usually that shit attacks your eyes almost immediately.
Yeah, that's what happened to my dad. That was the biggest indicator for him, is that for some reason his eyesight just went.
No, for me it was all. It started emotional and then eventually got physical, like just my figure. My mental health, everything just went completely downhill, and apparently I was a month from death, and kudos to my mother for catching symptoms here and there and saving my life. Because one more story before we sign off. The biggest indicator that my parents saw when I was before I was diagnosed is that in December, like end of December, beginning of January of 2019, we went to Florida. And Florida, as you know, is a goddamn humid state.
A tad.
Yeah, just a tad.
I mean, it's a desert, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, fuck. And I was miserable the whole time. Because I was hot, on fire all the time. My blood sugar was through the roof. I had no idea what was going on. We were at Disney World. I literally bought a water after every single ride. I would just down a Dasani every single time. Like, I just buy water all the time. And my parents just noticed, like, my parents bought a 24 case of water to keep in my hotel. I drank 18 of them within a day.
That's
absurd.
Yeah, and my parents were just
almost
like...
impossible.
Well, they were like, Abrin, geez, like, why are you drinking so much water? And I'm like, I'm just thirsty. Like, I don't know. Like, stop. Like, stop harassing me. I'm thirsty. And that was the moment that they realized. They were like, there might be something wrong with him. Like, he might have something, like, there might be something underlying there that we have no idea, like, what is happening. Yeah, and so I went to the doctor on Valentine's Day. I was diagnosed, and they essentially said to me, they were like, well, here's your glucose monitor to check your blood, here's your insulin, and see ya! Because I was an adult. They were just like, you have to figure this shit out on your own. And just said goodbye to me. And so I've had it now for 1.5 years, and it's still a learning process, and it's great.
You're good now. At least you know what you have.
I know, that was the
Could
biggest.
be dead.
I know. It was either that or dead, and honestly, like, I'm fortunate now to have the life that I have, the people in my life that I have. I'm not talking about you two.
Right? No, of course not.
No.
But
No.
I'm fortunate that I am
I'm
alive
looking for new
because
friends right now.
yeah, I'm auditioning.
Yeah, I'm auditioning new friends.
I've put out my resume.
Yeah. But I'm fortunate about the people that I have in my life because for the longest time during that time period, I didn't want to be alive, and now I have reasons to be alive and to live now. And I think that's one of the biggest blessings and biggest things that I can take away from, like, I would never wish anybody to have diabetes in my entire life because it's a horrible ass disease, but it doesn't define you and it shouldn't define you because, like, you can overcome it. You can become, like, again, I still exercise. I still live my normal life. I don't, I try not to, make it a part of who I am. It's just something that I unfortunately have. So, yeah, it's anyway, yeah, that's a huge facet of my life that I had to go through for 2 years and still am going through.
Fun.
Huh?
Anyway, next time on Buhdder Chikken,
We're talking about how I have AIDS.
Yeah.
We'll be diving into that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and how hard it is.
How hard it is. And how many funny jokes there is about it.
You know that Howard Ashman, the lyricist of Beauty and the Beast, had AIDS?
Oh. I did not.
And now he's dead.
I didn't know
From
that.
AIDS?
From AIDS.
No, from writing Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, from...
Well, the last words
No,
that...
from seeing Emma Watson to defame him.
One of the last words that they heard, that he heard was, "Hey Howard, we won the Oscar."
Really?
Yeah, because they won the Oscar for the best
whatever
original
the
song. Yeah,
the song that old woman sang.
Beauty and the Beast, Mrs. Potts.
Goddamn bitch.
Yeah, goddamn Mrs. Potts.
Big nose, fucking
Tool.
whore. Hate Mrs. Potts. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Hugs and kisses, holding hands when nights are long. And in the fall.